Why are you limiting yourself? Why are you in a place where you are putting yourself in a box by yourself? Imagine waking up one day and realizing, God, all the things I would have done if I did not listen to people. Hi besties, welcome or welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time seeing my face, hello, hi, my name is Pascaline. I make lifestyle videos, a lot of self-development and vlogs, really entertaining vlogs. Okay, I hope you stick around for the long run. Let's get straight into today's video. In today's video, I'm just going to be sharing with you guys some things we do in our 20s that are holding us back. Some of these things, I have done them, my friends have done them, and we have realized that, girl, that is not the way to go. So I have made a list of these things. If you like the video, at the end of the video, like the video. If you don't like it, leave me a comment, tell me what you didn't like about it. Let's get straight into today's video. Staying too long in situations, in relationships, in friendships, in jobs that are not really favoring us and that we know that we've either outgrown, it's no longer serving us, aligned with where we see ourselves. This is something that I've seen a lot of people do. I have somebody very close to me that stayed too long in a relationship. Throughout her uni days, we were in uni together, and she literally stayed in a situationship that she knew was no longer serving her. So she literally wasted her uni days being with this one person that was not doing nothing in her life, all in the name of like comfort, like familiarity, because you know that this place is kind of like your safe zone. Not safe zone per se, because a lot of things were happening that she would have left, but she stayed longer than expected and wasted all her years, and then later came out and they ended up breaking up. But she wasted a lot of her time, because if she had left the first time she saw like a red flag or he did something without like forgiving and all that, it would have saved her time. You are missing opportunities because you are stuck on something when you're supposed to be looking out there. My own example was like, I started working a 9 to 5, but me, because of I have learned about like staying too long in places that are not serving you, I was quick to realize that this 9 to 5 was it's not what I want for myself. It's not aligning with where I see myself in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years. It's not aligning with it at all. I had to leave my 9 to 5, and I am grateful that I left, because I have not left that place. I would not have the time to do the things I am doing right now and to do the things that feel like joy and giving me money and more things, because I would have been in that, let me stick in this 9 to 5 world and like the comfortability of, you know, getting a monthly salary at the expense of my mental health, at the expense of my physical health, at the expense of my life, literally. So I did not stay too long. That is like an example of me like leaving a situation that was not serving me. I have seen people stay too long in things that are not serving them, and it's never a good thing. It is never something that you will do and you're not going to regret. I have seen this with a lot of people that are older than me, and let me tell you guys, listen, you don't have to tell me twice, okay? I am going to learn from another person's mistakes. That is one thing about me. I will learn from somebody else's mistakes, and it will not happen to me. I am literally that person. It will not happen to me because I have learned from somebody else's mistakes. Paying too much attention to like people's opinion, taking people's opinions literally. Let me tell you guys something, guys. At the end of the day, everybody is giving you an opinion based on their own thinking, based on their own experiences, based on their own life experiences or whatnot, or what they've learned along their own journey, and you taking in those things and implementing it literally into your life most of the time, or sometimes, might not be the right thing for you, because it's what worked for person A might not work for person B. I know it sounds a little contradictory with the last point I made about, you know, learning from people's mistakes. That's a different thing. You guys, taking people's opinion literally. There is something I have put at the back of my mind for a really long time, and it's, do not take, I don't even know where I saw this, but it has stuck with me. Don't take advice from somebody that is not where you want to be, or somebody that is not where you see yourself, something like that. Especially like career advice. Definitely career advice. Your parents, all the, lock it off. Listen to me. they are not where you want to be. You are the only person that see that vision for yourself, and you explaining that vision to somebody that is not seeing it, they will never see it. They will never see. Imagine waking up 20 years from now and thinking, my God, what if I did this? And the only reason you did not do it was because of somebody's opinion, because of what somebody said. Imagine waking up one day and realizing, God, all the things I would have done if I did not listen to people. There's so many things that's holding people back when it comes to like listening to people's opinion. Guys, stop taking people's opinion literally. When somebody says something, pick what applies to you and let the other one go. That is something that you have to start practicing. One thing that my parents would always tell, they would always say that's like that I'm stubborn or something like that. They will always be like, oh Mimi, in my language they'll usually be like, Mimi, I watch her sorry, like leave Mimi alone. She would end up doing what is on her mind, basically. And I love that they have the idea of me. I love that people have the idea of me that like, if you like say whatever you want to say from now tomorrow is what I know that is going to benefit me, what I know that is going to be best for me, that I'm going to do. Not that I don't take people's advice, I do. But I'm not going to take advice from somebody that is not like doing YouTube now. People will say, oh, like, why are you doing YouTube? It's not paying, blah, 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 blah. But I know the vision I see for myself doing YouTube. I know the plans I see for myself. I know where I see my goals. I know the people I look up to. I know all of this, okay? So telling me, oh, go and stick to the 9 to 5, like you will not hear, blah, 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 this one will not work. Excuse me, have I tried? Let me try. Okay, which brings me to the next thing I wanted to say is another thing that's holding people in their 20s back: not trying. Not trying is really pinning you. I don't want to say us, because honestly I'm going to keep trying my best, but the thing is, even me not trying is something that I struggle with, and be like, oh yeah, I've seen the outcome on this other person, so I don't want to just try. That is another disadvantage that comes with not being that person that would learn from other people's mistakes. There is a great advantage, and there is also like some disadvantages if you're like a procrastinator or you're lazy or something like that, which I kind of struggle with. Not kind of, I do struggle with procrastination and laziness, but like that's a different video. So how do I put this? Like taking that, like, oh, it did not work for this person, let me just not waste my time trying and doing all that. But there's something I would like to tell you. There is one way to guarantee an outcome of something, is by quitting. But if there is still possibility, there is still hope, so try. For example, now you want to tell me, oh, you to be doing this thing for more than 4 years now and it's not going anywhere. If I decide to stop, that is me saying that, oh, this is the destination of it, I am going to quit, and that is me, I have made an outcome for something. But if I keep going, there is still a possibility, there is still chance of me getting to where I want to go to. And that is something I'm going to hold on to, and I'm going to put it at the back of my mind, that there is still hope if you keep trying. Okay, and another thing is for you to realize that your only mistake you make, especially in like career, is you're not starting over again when you want to start over again. You're not starting from fresh, you're starting with experience. So try, do something. Try and fail. If you fail, good. If it works, fine. If it doesn't work, fine. Okay, but try. Don't let not trying hold you back, because this is something that also holds back people, a lot of people in their 20s back. I'm not going to let it hold me back. Fingers crossed. Hallelujah. Amen. And I hope you don't let it hold you back again. Something else I'm going to talk about is being too comfortable. Being too comfortable in a place, being too comfortable around something that you're not willing to branch out and to see that there is a world outside of your comfort zone. Okay, I have talked about it. I talked about this in my regaining confidence video, how I was so scared of moving. I recently moved to a city, a big city. I moved from Enugu to Lagos, but it was a very scary experience. But I was excited too, but I was also very scared, because I am an introvert. I can be very socially awkward. Like, making friends is something that I bless God that He has put, like the fact that I have friends in my life, because making friends to me can be daunting. But I don't know, friends just come easy to me. But that is beside the point. Moving from Enugu to Lagos was a transition, if I'm to put it that way. It was a really big transition that I was scared of making, but I'm grateful that I made that transition, because when I left and came here, this place has opened a lot of doors, a lot of things for me. Like, it has widened my horizons in ways I never even foresaw. Okay, it's so beautiful that I was able to do that. So like, I'm going to advise you guys, leave your comfort zone, being too comfortable in a place is not good. And right now I can't even think of me going back to live in Enugu. I mean, that there's a possibility, but like I don't think it's something I would enjoy as much again, or like just be happy with me being at home in Enugu and doing nothing. I even had a conversation recently with my school mom, and I was saying how I can't go back to Enugu because Enugu is going to make me feel comfortable, and I don't want to be comfortable. Because when you're comfortable, you forget your goals, you forget your aspirations, you forget the things you want to do for yourself. That is not what I want. I like the environment I'm in right now because everybody is kind of like in a, what are we going to do to move from one place to another, like to elevate our lives. And that's the kind of vibe that I need to be around at this point in my life. Do you understand? So leave your comfort zone. If you want to move to a new city, move to a new city. Don't let it hold you back. Don't let your comfort zone imprison you, and you'll be comfortable in where you know definitely if you're so comfortable here, you're not going to move on to your dream place. Yeah. Another thing after this being comfortable that I wanted to talk about was like dreaming too small. I've seen a lot of people, I know a lot of people. Some people meet me and they're like, what is wrong with this one? Like, how do you think you're going to accomplish all these things? How do you think? I myself, I don't even know how I'm going to accomplish any of these things, but I will accomplish them. Fingers crossed. I am putting this on camera. I will accomplish my goals. Whenever I tell people like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, they're like, girl, you think this is a Netflix movie? But funny enough, people are living that life. Like, people live that life. So another thing that I think is holding people in their 20s back is dreaming too small. The world is literally so big. What I feel like me dreaming big might not be other people's dreaming big, but I feel like dreaming too small. Like, why are you dreaming too small? The world is so big. Be delusional. What is the harm that can come from dreaming big? I know expectation is the killer of joy, but excuse me, life is so big for you to just dream of something so small. I feel like this does not apply to everybody, but if this is an advice for you, take it, because dreaming too small is you by yourself limiting yourself. Why are you limiting yourself? Why are you in a place where you are putting yourself in a box by yourself? Are you understanding? There are people outside in this life that are living the most extravagant life you can ever imagine. I watched a video on TikTok where they were doing like an interview, and somebody was like, oh, what's the highest you can ever get, and blah blah blah, and the person was like, I don't think I could ever make something about $10 million, blah blah blah. I don't think I would ever make that amount of money in my lifetime. So, and I was just so like, why would you say something like that with your mouth? Why would you do that? Because you've already seen yourself not making that amount of money. You're never going to make it. Never. Your brain will never think of ways for you to make it. You know, there's this Steve Harvey's video that I saw where he was like mind programming kind of thing, why he advised you to always to buy first class even once, because once you stay in first class even once and you experience that shit, people live like this, your brain will start thinking, oh my god, what are ways for me to get to this place? People are living like that, and this is why I like to remind myself. I like to watch shows like God. I love to watch a lot of like reality TV show of people's life, because I want to see that people are living this life. This is my dream is people's reality. So why do I have to limit myself into dreaming in this small box when I could actually be on a stage? I was watching the VMAs, and I was just saying like, wow, Nicki Minaj has come a long way. Who would have thought? There's somebody somewhere dreaming to be in that stage one day. You get, like, don't limit yourself. Like, there is so much to dream about, so don't use your hand and limit yourself, because once you have bigger dreams, once you have, even if you get to half of those dreams is better than putting yourself at the bottom of the food chain, babes. Another thing that I would say that I always reinforce in almost all my videos is boundary setting. You need to set a lot of boundaries so people don't walk all over you, and this is time for you to set your boundaries and know exactly what your boundaries are, what your non-negotiables are in relationships, in friendships, in situations, in whatever you're doing. make sure that you have your boundaries set, because that is the foundation of everything. That is the foundation of your new relationship. That's the foundation of your new friendship. Those are the foundations of whatever relationship you're going to be building or creating. Boundaries is a form of self-respect. Boundaries is a form of knowing your worth. Knowing your worth means that you have boundaries, that people just don't walk in and walk out the way they like. Do you understand? Okay, make sure you have boundaries about every single thing. So the last thing I want to talk about is setting routines. Not having routines is a way for you to just be all over the place. Honestly, like, truthfully and coming clean with you guys, like in front of you guys, I'm telling you guys, I just recently started having routines. And I don't even stick by them all the time, but having those routines just makes me know that, oh, I have something to do and I have something to look forward to for the next day. Especially if you're like self-employed, it's a lot of things for you to think about, like creating those routines and actually trying your best to stick by them. I also want to talk about something else that just popped into my head, like sticking by them. Self-discipline, which is something I am still working on, like being able to discipline yourself or do this thing right now. This is what you're supposed to do, like working on that procrastination, blah blah blah, all that. Start creating routines. Have routines for everything. Your morning routine, your night routine, so you know the base of what you're doing in the morning and the afternoon. Imagine growing up, we usually had like a routine: go, wake up, go to school. Even at school there was a routine. So imagine coming out of school, coming out of all that, and then being on your own and you don't have routines. It's just like setting yourself up for failure, baby. Start small. I am doing it right now. I am starting as little as I can to build my routines every day. Yeah, I feel like this video was a lot, but very chill, very calm, you know, the vibe. So do not forget to like, comment and subscribe to be part of my bestie gang. If you are new, subscribe to the bestie gang. On here we do a lot of fun stuff, beautiful stuff, guys. Like, literally check the channel, watch the vlogs. You would be entertained. Trust me, entertainment for this place. All right, a lot of self-development, because we are growing. We are literally growing together, and the things I learn, I love to come and share on camera with you guys. I love to read a lot of books, so you don't have to. Okay, yeah. So I will see you guys in my next video. Please like, comment and subscribe. I will see you guys. Bye. I love you.